Hello, welcome back to Monster Train. No matter what happens in this episode, it cannot be worse than yesterday's episode. That's all I gotta say. Nothing can happen that'll make this episode, unless it's Umbra melting. Okay, never mind. It's Umbra Stygian. There was no way. I'd even take 2-3 losses of Umbra melting over another infinite. Please God. Today we're starting out, we got Seraph the Temperament, we got Antumbra Assault Offering Token, and Engine Upgrade. These are good. This is a good start. Yeah, that's all I can say. Good start, good start. Oh, and we get Jack Strips to start us off. Hell's Banners is also really good. The Jack Strips is a strong pickup if I mean, it's just a really strong pickup at this point. Hell's Banners is great as well, but we have engine upgrades, so energy shouldn't be that big of a deal. I'm kind of surprised Hell's Banners didn't get hit with a nerf. I will pick Gorge here, actually. Because we have Jack Strips, and we're playing with Stygian, which has some good frontline answers. Plus we have the engine upgrade. Basically, I wanna pick Gorge here because taking space on this run gets kind of awkward as well because of the engine upgrade. Among other things. Plus Gorge is just a win condition against Seraph. And we started with Antumbra Assaults. This is a free trial. Just real nice start here. What a great start to this run. We just get right into it here. I don't have anything to tell you today. Just get right into it and start off with a real wonderful one. Oh no, my Penumbra's gonna die. That's okay. I'll just drop a Train Steward and he'll only take 5. The reason that he's gonna die is because he's gonna get dropped to 5 health and then the boss is gonna come up and smack him away. Because he doesn't get to attack anything because of Jack Strips. Jack Strips is just, it's going to let us take a really aggressive start here without any fear, where I don't think Hell's Banners is that important. Oh, never mind, he gets the Collector. I didn't think of that. But a real clean start here for us, I gotta say. What else can I say? It's just free. As long as I get to do some Shade Splitters here, oh yeah. So we're going to look for some good morsel generation, and we're going to look for something to do a lifesteal morsel here. Yeah, I think Damage Shield isn't that good. But we're going to look for we're going to look for the morsel generation cards, which we already have 2 of, which is nice, and we're going to look for we're going to want to transition into something that'll kill backline in the late game for us. Probably just an Endless Shark is the easiest answer there. But I'm open to all sources of victory. But we have our Seraph killer. Starting with Gorge Penumbra means that we have a plan. I don't need to pick up a Crucible Collector or anything like that. And we're going to have a very strong looking start here. Making of a morsel is good. And but we do kind of want to pick up something like Crystallis here. An Icy Silophyte plus, Icy Silophyte is probably one of the best things we could find here. Morsel Master would be fine. Morsel Maker would obviously not be very good. It's just that I've been doing this a little more often. I think we're going to go to the better unit banner, which is the Stygian banner. Because I don't need an Umbra unit to upgrade, and we have a reasonable plan to beat this boss anyway. So I don't need to pick something up here. We're just going to look for a long-term pickup like Icy Silophyte. Excellent. Now if we find Holdover or something like that in here, we have a lot of boxes checked. The one thing that Icy Silophyte will be weak for is she is weak in the Temperament combat. We'll have to buff her up, hopefully with just like a Large Stone multi-strike. But she'll also, because she doesn't scale up like Tethys does, she won't be able to kill heavies with just Crystallis. But that's okay, Crystallis doesn't have to be our win condition. What does Crystallis do? With it's 100 damage with Icy Silophyte applying 1 spell weakness. Just getting the numbers ready there. Okay. I think I'm just gonna throw like a +10 into an Antumbra Assault here and call it good. Really strong start. I'll actually also purge a card. I want to start purging these Frozen Lances as quickly as possible. Just one, though. Save the rest of our money. I've been experimenting, right? There was a period of time where we were going down the... Wow, what a beautiful start. I do kind of want this unit draft, though. But I will take a lot of damage from this, right? Clergyman plus Conduit Infiltrator will put a lot of damage into us. I am mostly just looking for Frostbite Shark at this point. We have 2 unit drafts. I guess let's look at it like this. Will I beat this boss? Penumbra will be taking a lot of damage in his, like, threatened with a lot of damage. It'll be, but he'll lifesteal the first 2 rounds, right? So it's just a matter of, yeah, it's just a matter of higher damage we'll take, which is going to be, what, it's going to be like 9. So then the question becomes, because I will have I'm turning this into a 50-50 on picking up the collector, right? Because if the collector spawns top floor, I will not catch it unless I draw in Umbra Assault, which is like a 2 in, you know, you can do the numbers. I have to draw it in my second draw rotation. It's kind of, I don't expect it to be. I'm gonna go for this. I think we can take it, and giving ourselves as many options, or as many chances as possible to find Hot Shark is probably our best bet here. One thing I didn't consider is if I lost space top floor, but it's okay. We're fine. Yeah, okay. He'll be fine. The other thing to consider is that there is a threat from 5-10 goes here, 5-1. You'll be killed on the next turn, but I think it's fine. I can keep her alive theoretically, and then a little spell weakness in here. Plus this lets her potentially threaten. Oh, I did get it. Look at that. Yeah, she dies and that's okay. It was part of the plan. I don't know. I guess I just played her to play her. I don't know. It's not like playing her middle 4 changes anything, right? She's not very useful on this combat. And so it comes down to, will Penumbra beat the boss for us? And it's an interesting question because I drew this Antumbra Assault. I believe the boss of this combat spawns with a foot soldier and a haste. Actually, is it a tank and a haste? I don't know. Come to think of it, I do not know what he spawns with. Actually, this is just fine. Yeah. Sure, we might as well buff this guy. Fuck him up, buddy. So we're taking, what, 5 baseline? I'm mostly concerned that the boss might overwhelm here. Okay, he spawns with a clergyman, never mind. We're 100% okay. I thought he might spawn with a 5-1, but I was incorrect. I mean, he does spawn with a 5-1, but it's a clergyman who sits in front, which is not a big deal. Alright, so I was correct to take this trial. I know, at this point, I know most of the combats, most of the spawn patterns and most of the combats, but there are a few that I'm not 100% on. This was one of them. So we traded 5 health for this unit draft, and I was correct in picking it. But I wasn't 100% certain. But a lot of times I'm just like, yeah, we'll try it, and if I die, we learn something new about this combat. Like, what is the takeaway from this combat if I lose? Definite Space Prism. These cards are not great. You can make a case for Flash Freeze, but we don't need it. And then, drumroll please. What the fuck? It's Shadow Siege. The nerfed Shadow Siege. So, here's the deal, right? Here, let's have a quick heart-to-heart. I didn't get offered what I wanted, which was the Revenge Frostbite Hot Shark. But I could. I could. I could. I cannot believe they nerfed this fucking unit. It's like, okay, so here's the deal, right? This is the pickup that will kill me. In like 99% of cases, this card does literally nothing. However, in like 1% of cases, we find there's literally only 2 ways to play him, right? You have to find sketches or the other one, which is, what's the other one? It's Volatile Gauge. And then you have to pick, if I find Volatile Gauge, I have to take space from the next boss. Could also find Forever Flame. I feel like with the 6 space, they should have brought his energy cost down to 5 or something. Like, it's just so sad how bad this unit is. I feel like this is a unit that you're supposed to find at, like, post-Fel. Like, this is supposed to be you find a rare unit draft post-Fel and get Shadow Siege. I'm not gonna pick it. I'm sorry. I'm gonna let you down, but I'm not gonna take this. I can't, right? I can't. Because if we win, then I up his win rate and they're gonna nerf him again. And if I lose, I can't. I can't do it. With what they've done to him, I know it's a fun pickup, it's a great meme, but they've gutted him and I can't do it in good faith. In good faith, I cannot pick that unit. Dante? Dante kills heavies. We don't have a way to buff him, really? Plus 10 magic power with Stygian is good. Which fell is it? It's Spell Shield, right? Yeah, it's Spell Shield fell. I don't think Dante's great against the Sap Seraph. I'm gonna say nah here. Sorry, buddy. Although if I large stone him, right? I can't do it. Sorry, Dante. Not on this one. If it were a different Seraph, I think I would grab him there. However, Sap Seraph really just bodies him. I'm just gonna dupe the Space Prism. It's fine. Yeah, I would pick Dante there if it wasn't Sap Seraph. I think 100% because it would he'd be great, right? You throw him 2+10s, he's a monster. He's doing 23 times 6. He's pumping out some big numbers there. I'm still gonna put Penumbra top floor. And this is Plating Seal. Excellent. I think that one area that this game could look to improve on is the power imbalance between the different types of Daedalus and the different types of Fel. I mean, have you just look at this Daedalus, look at Plating Seal Daedalus, and then look at Double Barrel Daedalus. Same thing for Fel. Look at this, or look at the Fel we're going to fight, and then compare that to Rage Fel, right? I think it is one of the major flaws this game does face. I'm just gonna pop this guy. I think the Seraphs are all relatively well balanced. I think that Sap Seraph is a little on the higher side in terms of difficulty, just because there's two major things that Sap Seraph is going to do to you. His raw damage output coupled with his ability to lower your damage output can cause some troubles. I'm gonna take nothing here if I just Umbra Assault. And that's fine, right? I don't need them. I can generate morsels through Shade Splitters. It's fine. Rather take 0. And like same thing, right? The raw damage bosses with big damage outputs are all going to be the problem because enemies go before you, right? Double Barrel Daedalus in particular, because if you don't have targeted damage, you can't do anything to those bombs. I feel like Double Barrel Daedalus, the way that I would change him is I would just make it so that his bombs explode after you go instead of before, so it's not like, oh well, he just dropped a 20 damage bomb and killed my sentient, whoops. It's interesting though. I do like the variety. I think that Double Barrel Daedalus has some good things going for him as well. But he has some very bad things going for him. I cannot quite kill you. Just engine upgrade. It is fine. We're gonna take 4 there. No, we're only gonna take 2 actually. So 7 damage post Daedalus is a good outcome. Although, you know, top 4 might hit me again. I'm just kind of banking on it. Nah, never mind. It's gonna be a little more than 7. It's gonna be it's gonna be 11 damage for Daedalus in total, which is still fine. Yeah. Those rain students, get in there. Fuck them up, buddies. And we don't have to do anything too crazy for the shark. He's gonna, him and Icy Siliphyte, they're gonna do a great amount of work themselves, and then Penumbra takes it home. I'll just take that damage. And then see, it's basically done. It's definitely done. Penumbra big. Penumbra very large. Is it done? No, Penumbra not large enough. Forge Penumbra against Daedalus does require a little more assistance than I tend to expect. That's good, that's good, and then we put 1 in front as well. Nice. Good work, everyone. We got there. And now, like, getting through Daedalus with Gorge Penumbra is the hard part. Oh, baby. Oh, baby, is that a shroud spike for me? Oh, you shouldn't have. So let's do the Morsel Master numbers here. In a 5-space room, there's Penumbra and there's space for 1. I have 2 space prisms. Morsel Master is good. Basically, here's how it works, right? If Morsel Master is a pickup for you, the timing is when you have 3 space after playing Morsel Master, so you have your Gorge unit, you have 3 blank spaces, and then you have your Morsel Master. Morsel Master goes. You play 1 unit, he copies it. You play another unit, he copies it. You get to go 1 over the size limit of the room, and it is good. And so yeah, we are able to do that through Space Prism. There's a case to be made for taking Light of Seraph here, but I'm gonna take Draw. Although I'm probably gonna end up taking Space anyway. Nah, I'm probably just gonna take Double Draw on this one, or maybe Draw Energy to help that the spike go a little stronger. So I talk about it a lot. We're gonna look for Spike Zodia here, the left arm of the Forbidden one, which is basically just I permafrost the spike, I duplicate it, and then we play spike on an energy morsel, and then we spike a morsel miner for roughly 20. And it turns out giving a unit plus 100 is typically good. I don't need anything over here. We could fish the Merchant of Steel, I guess, because we don't have one of them coming up for a while, actually. In fact, yeah, I will do that. Thankfully, I looked ahead. Because we don't have a Merchant of Steel coming up until post-Fel after this one. So we may as well. I'm still uncertain about how these 3 rings spawn. It seems like it spawns a total of 5 merchants, and they can be, there has to be 1 of each type, and it can be basically anything. And by that I mean sometimes you just run into 2 back-to-back trinket shops and you go, what the fuck? I don't want this bullshit. That's terrible. That's okay, because we're just going to find what we want in here. Large stone for Icy Siliphyte. Very nice. I don't want to give... I might want to give her plus 10. I do really want to give her multi-strike, so that she can help kill the heavies with certainty. But a plus 10... I mean, at 16, she has to take 8 sap against Seraph, which is just way too high to play around. So we're gonna roll. Yeah. Endless. And a plus 25. Plus 25, I believe you do want to put on the shark with Endless for Temperate. It's weird, and I don't know exactly. It's a hard one to suss out here. Suss out here? That doesn't sound right. I don't know what I'm trying to say there, but you get the idea. It's a hard one to work out, I guess. But, like, some of the Seraphs you don't want to take... We can definitely take Armor 15 here. This is a very easy combat. Up until it gets very difficult, but I'm not afraid. So, like, I think that Diligent you don't want to give the bonus in health to, because he starts to die at really weird numbers. But for the others, you do want to give that health bonus. Okay, fine. Yeah, fine. I have to play both Space Prisms on Penumbra's 4 for this, but it's worth it. Pop you. I think I don't care about him losing a stack of lifesteal. It shouldn't matter. He's gaining, what, 14? Yeah, we got this. Alright. The only thing to worry about is I do want to find holdover for that Crystallis, and then we're really cruising here. Or better yet, just find a... Oh, it does kill. Sweet. Oh, baby, give me an energy morsel. Oh, wait, no, energy morsel doesn't do anything for us here, actually. Never mind. Do not give me an energy morsel. I'm just going to, you know... Just gonna go ahead and turn my Penumbra into a 154 there. I think that's pretty good, yeah. 154, 106 should be good. If I could give him Trample now. A Trample Stone is a very strong pickup on a run like this, where you're struggling with killing multiple heavies. Turning your Gorge Penumbra into a floor clearer is also very nice. Now we want to minimize the damage that we're going to take here. Can I do that? I don't know. Good question. Perhaps. I don't think I can. Unfortunate. I knew there was going to be a bit of threat here, of course, from these next two waves. I'm just kind of hoping to draw into spells to deal with it. However, you know, start to realize that we don't really have any spells to deal with it, and we're going to get hit a little bit. Fine. We just want to add in a few strong spells on this run, and then we start to really see the effect of us. Like, we really start to feel that our run is strong. At least I do. Okay, I'm gonna Umbra Assault like here. I want to soften these guys up. Another thing that we're gonna want to do, I should have done it in the last shot, but I did not. I should have give Morsel Master a +10. Yeah, we're probably gonna take a few 11s here. Okay. Like, if I had given him a +10 here, this guy dies. That's the, basically the exact option there that I would want to see. Did I say +11? +10. Yeah, +11. You know what, whatever. Have a +11, my man. But nah, Penumbra can get as big as he wants, he can't kill the second heavy, right? I think I might have said I would have taken a less 11, I don't know. Who cares? There's Crystallis. Right on time. If we just hold over Crystallis, these combats look a lot smoother as well. There's a lot of things we can do to turn these combats into something much cleaner looking, I believe. We just gotta do it. We even get to, at the end of it all, put the Shark in front of Penumbra if we want to really drive home the you're not getting through Penumbra point here. Penumbra is a 288, 196, Jesus. Actually just two shots this boss. S scaling. Trample Stone is good, or just a good spell here. These aren't great. And these aren't great. Wow, that's terrible. Alright. Take on Name Tone. I think that card is a free one of. I don't think I'll ever pass it. I guess we just look for holdover at this shop now. Higher health is also an answer, but once again I've been hit with a very early Hell Vent. I hate when this Hell Vent's on ring 4, because a lot of the time it just ends up being worthless. Double stack, also worthless. 2 double stacks, very nice. I'm gonna start buffing up Frozen Lances. I should buff up Antumbra Assault as well. -1, actually -1 Morsel Minor. And Permafrost for the spike is good. Very sad that I couldn't get the duplicate on the spike though. Like, this really just sucks. It's really just unfortunate. I'm gonna make this do 23 actually. Yeah, no permafrost on the, like, no, we got the permafrost, but I don't get to grab a second spike, which is sad. I'm gonna start clearing out Train Stewards. Some of them are unplayable. Because unfortunately for me, I just played poorly and had the vent spawn at the wrong place, so I don't get to do a wacky Spike Zodia early on. It's okay, because it's mostly just for Seraph anyway, but it's still fun. I want to have fun. But no, the game has decided that we're not having fun today, we're actually going to suffer. And by suffer, I mean we may lose. I do need to, I need to thin this deck out of spells, and we need to hope that this is, like, honestly probably Harvesters of Death is the best one, or Hidden Assault. This one's fine too. I'm gonna not, +6 is fine. Unless I bleed a tank, in which case it's god awful, of course, but I think it should be fine. I think it should be fine. We wanna not be trading our Pyre health for trials at this point. However, I don't really have any control over that. Now this was an interesting consideration as well when we lose space on the top 4. I'm still gonna do a middle 4 setup because I have to against stealth. Plus Jackstrips just kind of hard counters this combat for us. This is the only wave that we really feel any threat from. But I'm pretty sure if I can't double space Prism into an answer up here. I'm gonna silence this floor, because that tank is the scariest enemy of them all. And we just hope we draw an answer, which we should. Yeah, we do. Good enough. Now, I guess I do play Morsel Master. The second Space Prism is worthless, but that's fine. Because like making 2 Morsel Miners is better than playing like Morsel Miner and Energy Morsel, for example. Alright. Just trash these guys. And Penumbra will kill this tank. I believe Penumbra will kill this tank. Yeah, with the help of Morsel Master. It's like exact. But we also had the buffed up Frozen Lance to help out. And there are those of you who have told me you think that Frozen Lance is a bad card. How can Frozen Lance be bad? One moment. Sorry, I was overwhelmed with a cough. I couldn't fight it off. I just had to. There's no reason for me to Space Prism top floor, so I Space Prism middle floor here. We can throw like run off energy morsels on this floor, basically. Okay, we will. I'm gonna generate a better morsel off of this. Better, quote unquote. It's fine. Oh, I can also. No, I can't kill one of those. It's fine. Go through the deck. And just press enter. Alright. Penumbra should be of a power level that defeats this boss. It is Sweep Lifesteal Ward, but that's not that scary to me. Drawing in 2 Frozen Lances. I'm just gonna go ahead and spike for 8. That's plenty. I'm pretty sure that that's enough to beat the boss in terms of raw stats. Pretty sure that should be enough. Jackstrips is putting in some big work on this run as well, I gotta say. Jackstrips is really doing it to him here. 2 lifesteal really, just to drive home the point that we won this one. And we get a lot of spell weakness, right? We really just need to find that spell-related answer, I believe, and then we start to see that this run truly is a clean one. It was the plan from the beginning. Find a spell plan to finish off enemies that survive. Is Excavation Eruption the spell plan? Honestly, maybe. With how much money we have, we can just -1 this twice. I've done this recently to survive. It's good enough. And Ice Storm is another one. Yeah, okay. We have our spells, we just need to upgrade them and remove some other garbage, and then we start to see this run looking pretty smooth. I am a little afraid that we haven't gotten to go to any Pyre Health, and we don't get to go to much Pyre Health at all. But I gotta see Merchant of Magic here. This is our last one for a while. Common or uncommon morsel card to your hand is really good because sometimes this adds an energy morsel for free on the turn that I want to do a big spike. I'm gonna go for it. Although Light's Gift is also pretty good because there's Penumbra up there. Dazing enemies lets Penumbra go big, but Penumbra already gets big without that. So I'm gonna take Abandon Antumbra. Alright, hold over. Hold over. What am I holding over though? Great question. Great question. It's probably gonna be Ice Storm if I can get it with a +10. However, if I roll this and I do not get it, it's a little bit bad. Because this card is dog shit. Like really bad, but like come on, it's how would I lose would I lose 2 50-50s in a row? No way. I already lost one. How could I lose a second one? Am I right, fellas? This has to be better. What kind of idiot would lose 2 50-50s? See, it's really easy. Nice, okay. So all of our woes go away now, I believe. We have all of our plans in motion. I could even go so far as to remove Consume from Space Prism. And we could then answer the, oh, I can't make maximum efficiency out of Morsel Master. However, it takes too long, and I'd rather just not. Instead, I'm just going to removal. We're going to start clearing out, like, Shade Splitters. Okay, let's talk about the deck plan, the long term here. So Penumbra, so as usual, we're going to count out our cards. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 8, 9, 10, 11... 13, 17. We have 17 cards in the deck once we play everything. We want to get that number down to around 14. 14 is optimal because then after we play everything out, we draw through our deck in 2 turns. If I take another draw pickup. Probably like 10 to 14 is going to be our plan, which means I want to remove about 3 to 4 cards from this. Which cards want to go here? It's probably going to be Frozen Lances and Shade Splitters. Maybe Offering Token, but Offering Token is kind of like a neutral card. Usually in that 14, we're usually going to have a Deadweight, which is just a dead draw, which Offering Token lets us... We're basically playing this card to remove Deadweight from the deck, if you look at it in that way. It nullifies the Deadweight, and as a result, we start to draw... We draw like 6 card hands, but without Deadweight. It's weird to look at it in that way, but you can kind of see where I'm coming from with that. Plus, it just gets us through to our units faster. So, basically, we're going to remove these 2 Frozen Lances, and then probably like 2 or 3 Shade Splitters. Our Morsel Gen is going to come from Antumbra Assault, plus we basically have Shade Splitter in the form of Abandoned Antumbra now. So yeah, these 2 Frozen Lances, these 4 Shade Splitters, and then we're down to about 11 cards. And then from there we get to take some luxury removals. If we get there, we probably remove something like, I don't know. Maybe the Train Stewards, but they're not that egregious right now. Maybe even just the 16 here. Anyway, all of that talking out is to tell you that we're going to remove a Frozen Lance here. Surprise, surprise, but I think it's good to talk out like overarching long-term plans for the deck. Spell Shield fell, shouldn't be that big of a deal. We should punch through the Spell Shield Guardian before the enemies have a chance to walk by me, especially since the first combat round is going to be pretty easy. Space lost top floor. However, I don't think we need the extra time here. I think we're fine to just set up bottom middle floor. I think it's fine to play it like this. I mean, just... the downside is I'll be floating a Train Steward, but that's fine. He'll die eventually. The real downside is I don't actually kill this Guardian. Ever. I'll probably kill him by, like, punching through, right? And it's better to put the Morsel in front. The Morsel is only worth 4 max HP, whereas in front he just saves her 6 health. Okay, we don't get to make use of Jack Strips as well, but that's fine because the Shark is endless. We double Space Prism this floor, play Rubble Morsel, and if we hit Morsel Miner, we just win the combat next turn, right? Pretty straightforward plan here. I'm gonna start working through this, I guess. Not much else to do, right? Yeah. Hit Morsel Miner and the combat just is over. He's gonna crush. He's just absolutely gonna crush. It's not gonna be close. Alright. I mean, it's still possible, right? We can still see it happen here. If not, we can just look for... Yeah, I'm gonna wait. We're gonna look for another Energy Morsel here. Really? Never Energy Morsel when you want them. Feels like to me. That's alright. I think we'll just take we'll take 2 attack morsels here. Magma, if you will. Throw a Train Steward up here and he can begin the fucking Herculean task of pushing this boulder up the hill. The Sisyphusian I feel like I've done this one before. But he can start the fucking impossible task of killing this Alabaster Guardian. And we floated 3 morsels there, but it was worth it. We were looking for something. My man died to a morsel, by the way. The first double heavy wave is just around the corner, and I believe it's right now. Yeah, but we're gonna draw into our card no matter what. I mean, we have to. We should play this first. Wow. You really put 4 of those in the fell, huh? Great work. Proud of you. Alright. Give me an energy morsel. Jesus, how is it so hard to find energy morsels? What does the guy gotta do? Just give me an energy morsel. I really would have liked it now, because we could have... Wait, where's my Morsel Miner? Did I already play it? Am I insane? I already played it. Or I didn't play it? Huh, I guess I already played it. I don't even remember. Weird. Where am I? This is the beginning of the end for me. I'm gonna go ahead and... I'm gonna float another morsel if I do this. Is that big of a deal? Nah, it's not that big of a deal. Floating morsels is fine. Our morsel generation is too good right now, which is a great sign. He's almost done it. Our train steward boy on the top 4, he only has 15 more rounds until he takes that thing down. You can do it, buddy. I believe. I'm gonna need you guys to give him your energy. Oh no. No, buddy. No. I think excavation eruption is a good thing to do here. Yeah, that's what I thought. I didn't do the math on it, but I was pretty sure that that was just gonna kill. Also, we got rebel morsels. And so this is where, if I had a second spike, we would just get to go insane, right? Because you get to spike this for 12, then you get to spike another morsel. Like we spike this Umbra morsel or something, and we just go insane, mad with power. However, alas, it is not to be. Oh, our shark dies. That's fine. Yeah, that's fine. We're looking pretty clean now that we got these spells, right? The deck is shaping up pretty nicely. I would like to get a little health as a buffer. I like, you know, having a little more health as a little bit of confidence booster is never a bad idea. But, you know, we got all the pieces here. Time to bake ourselves a very nice cake. Give me another energy morsel. Ah, too bad. Yeah, the held over ice storm. It's not doing a ton, right? It's doing, what was that, 120 plus 12, 132, which isn't enough obviously to kill a 190, but it drops him low enough that we should be able to finish him off with a little help. There's an energy morsel. All right, this is the turn. I have like, oh, this is the turn. Oh baby, if only we had a little more fun to have here. It's fine. Like, this right here is what I'm talking about. This is the fucking dream, right? Because if I had a second spike, we get to spike this Rebel Morsel for 14, then we get to spike the Morsel Miner for 28, and Penumbra just gets fucking massive. It's fine. We'll live in mediocrity. We'll only go to 340 here. Should have played Ice Storm. It doesn't matter. We won. The victory feels hollow. However, it is a victory. Nonetheless, it is a win. Honestly, it might be better to be spiking lifesteal morsels than anything else when I start to look at it. It's fine. Either way. Nah, no matter how you slice it, right? Our Penumbra's a fucking monster. I'm pretty sure a 404 350 or 404 252 will kill Seraph. Fucking disrespect or get the energy boys in there. Yeah. Good fight, Fel. GG. Close one. She gave it her all. So there's a few things we can pick up here. I don't think I need any more spells. Even though Ancient Synergy is a higher... No, it's not even that much of a higher theoretical damage output. I don't think we need any more spells. No, it is a higher theoretical damage output actually, because it's 40 times 3, which then goes up to 80 times 3, which is 240. However, I don't think we want it. Now the real question here is which one of these do I want to pick up? I think that with Engine Upgrade I do not need to take energy, a very nice side piece of this run. I think that being able to take space and just set up whatever we want is a little more important than 7 draw. I believe. The difference is kind of minor though, because I'm just going to set up bottom middle if top floor loses space, bottom top if middle floor loses space, and middle top if... Yeah, actually I don't need to take space, right? Because the only thing it's doing is letting me keep Train Stewards in the deck, right? Because the Shark is endless with 60 health, and the Icy Sylphite has 50 health. They're not going to die. So I would just be doing it to set up top floor, and the top floor setup shouldn't matter. We can just take more draw. It's fine. So now, I've missed all of the Pyre healths. I would have liked to have picked up at least one. However, it is what it is. And I'm probably gonna I mean, Do I need anything else from the magic shop? I guess not. I guess we're gonna dupe the spike and we're gonna go live our dreams. We're gonna do some removals, we're gonna look for any final upgrades. Multi-strike is the best pickup here. Multi-strike Silliphite answers a lot of our problems. One of these train stewards should go because he's worthless. He is a curse. And the Frozen Lance. And then in the Merchant of Steel, Quick, +5, +10, and +25. It's funny because usually you'd put Quick on a sweeper and be happy, however not on this one. And I just want +10s for Morsel Master. Although I should just give him +5, +10 because I'm not going to. Actually I shouldn't because I want to save my money. Ah yeah, alright, we're good. One moment, I have another cough coming on. It's a little dusty in here today. I got a lot of coughing to do. You'll forgive me, I hope, for the mutes. At least I'm not coughing right into the microphone. There's a case to be made for going trample, but it's not a good case. I think that with the multi-strike on Silliphite, we're fine. This is the combat that really tests our run's merit here. Now, can I take Spikes 5? It's 7 rounds of 15 damage. No, Silliphite kills herself. We can't do it. She definitely kills herself. And it's okay because we don't really need anything else from the shops. We tunneled into shops instead of anything else, and we find ourselves in a pretty good spot overall because of that. This Excavation Eruption, unless I lose 4 50-50s, is good. Yeah. You only have to win one also. Umbra here, give him a morsel. Train Steward top 4 to catch collectors. Alright, this combat's fine. I couldn't take the spikes, unfortunately. I could have probably taken almost any other trial. The bonus damage trial would be a little scary as well, I suppose, but for the most part we could have taken almost any trial. Go for the collector pickup here. We're not getting any other money. Icy Silliphite last draw is a little rough. We're going to be a little sad about that because I'm going to eat a curse next turn without engine upgrade, but... And also these Gilded Wings. This wave is going to be rough, unfortunately. However, with that being said, not the end of the world. I will probably take a little damage from this 10-184 who's walking at me here, but from here it should not happen again. Base Prism. I think that we took a little extra energy. Yeah, it's just... I guess I could try... Nah, there's just no way, right? There's no way for this to pan out. I'm gonna get smacked around by this Gilded Wing. There's nothing I can do because Silliphite was late. Really unfortunate. Also, I just took energy instead of making of a morsel. I could like spike it, but nah. Not worth. That's a shame that we're gonna take this. It's a lot of damage too. It's like 30 because of a bad draw order. Or we're just on the back foot for the rest of the run, right? One of the two options. Alright, what is this? I want to get him below 120 and then we'll take 30 because as it sits we're taking 40, which is just unacceptable. Let's sit up and let's do the numbers here. I mean, I believe it's just a... Yeah, Frozen Lance takes him below. I can save another 10 if I can get him below 80, which I can, but then I'm not playing Ice Storm, which is a pretty important play here. Because the Ice Storm doesn't have to kill both of them, it just has to kill the Steel Wings or drop this guy very low. As it did here. Yeah, the actual damage output of this combat is pretty low to your units, it's just that these Gilded Wings have so much health. And bottom card is the last Space Prism. If I hit you for 23, it puts you at 94. 94, you go up, you take 2, you're at 92, and you'll be at 90, 88. Hit for 40, you take it. So you're taking 43, 42. You're at 88, it's 85. Too bad. Just looking at if there was a way. There is not, it appears. So, with that being said, we're just gonna go ahead and take our 30, call it a day. What can you do? Bad draw order, it happens. Put that guy in front. Oh well. Ah, you know, with this extra 5 I could have got there, actually. Putting a morsel in front. We could have taken 10 less here. Interesting. Yeah, definitely could have. I don't know why I didn't think of just blocking that with a morsel. Because I could have put the 23 into him and then the 5 and you would have taken... We would have taken 10 less. Too bad. So the best thing we can pick up from the shop is going to be... I'll just drop that. Yeah, every time we draw that, it's really strong. And the only shop that has anything we can even pick up, by the way, is the trinket shop. Morsel Miner for 8 is probably fine. We're just going to drop a holdover here. From here, we won't take any more, right? It was really just waiting on the Silliphite draw. But the best thing we can pick up is probably Precious Plating if I have enough for it, which I will not, actually. I'm going to go into... Yeah, we're not going to have any money for the next shop. Too bad. It's okay. I can actually kill him with Umbra Assault. And I guess I'll just drop the Morsel Miner. Spike it for 6? Nah. Oh, I should have killed the Sentry, actually. Should have Umbra Assaulted him. I didn't realize he was at 4. It doesn't matter, because Penumbra's massive, but worth considering things like that, right? Keep in my mind what his health is at. Oh, baby. You can't tempt me like this. You couldn't just bait me. It doesn't even matter, right? I just want to make sure it's clear. It doesn't matter. We're going to win. But you gotta give me the Morsel Miner. I gotta spike him for 8. You gotta. Oh, there's no justice. Oh, there's no justice. It's fine. Give me one off of this. I'll take 7. There's no justice. This game is cruel. It is cruel. You're a fickle mistress, Monster Train. I guess we'll just take 16 damage shield. It's fine. I mean, it didn't matter. Of course, we 2-shot the boss, but you know, it's fun to make big numbers happen. So we took 30. It was unavoidable. Thankfully, I didn't take the spikes, because the spikes would have probably put us away. Good case for the second force setup though, right? Second force setup stops that. So, yeah. And maybe I should have picked space from the boss. Double draw is really good though. We'll see, right? If I had like... I think if I had like 30 more health, 30 more health post Pyre Remains pickup here, we would be for sure. Oh, Mind Jacks would have been it as well. Spell Weakness 1 also wouldn't have been bad. There's nothing I can get from this shop, right? It's just like buffing Morsel Master, which at this point is a waste of my time. But we came over here because we want the duplicate. It's a little extra, but it's also just a great way to guarantee Seraph's defeat. Even though it looks like we're doing well enough, I want to make sure. And I will burn the Shade Splitter, because this 16 damage Frozen Lance has proven itself to me. And I guess there was a case to be made for taking Click. Also, that Train Steward, if he gets to set up on top floor, he will just bait saps from Seraph. There was a case to be made for Quick, because this Seraph does pump out a lot of damage. However, we shouldn't need it. Top floor space loss once again. That's tough, buddy. That's tough. But we did draw, on the bright side, we drew all of our important cards turn 1. We drew all 3 of our most important units on the first turn. Plus, we drew engine upgrade, so... Holy fuck, he takes 56 turn 1? Jesus. Wait, my Silliphite might just die. Holy fuck. That's so much damage. Whoa. This Seraph does a lot. So maybe we're actually just gonna die because of a bad, the 15 damage boy here, huh? Because I know the next round is harder. It's 2 15 times 2s. I'm gonna have to draw into something to mitigate this, right? Or else she's dead. She's taking 60. We drew something to mitigate it. That's crazy how high that damage is, though. Like I said, right? This boss has ridiculously high damage outputs. And the numbers are so high. Tome is cool. This wave is going to hurt us, of course. Hopefully it doesn't kill us. It won't because the 15-3 dies to jack strips. So it's actually not going to hurt us at all. Never mind. A little scary down here. That right there, by the way, is this is the, oh, maybe I should just not give him plus 25, right? Because him living at 4 is worse than him just dying. However, the Silphite would have taken damage on the last turn, so no matter how you slice it, it gets kind of awkward. But yeah, their damage output's very high. He just gets one rounded, right? But if he only had 35 health, she would take 30 here, so good to be set like this, I suppose. And then Ice Storm does enough. Very good, very good. Alright. I think that we just let the... I guess we just Umbra Assault this floor, actually. It's fine. And this is good. I don't need anything to play on the Unnamed Tome. Alright. If we have... What do we have in here? Excavation, Eruption, yeah. I think we have this now. I think we have it now. Although, I guess I don't want to kill both of them. I don't want to kill both of them because I want to leave space for the Train Steward, actually. I only want to kill the back one. Yeah, okay. We're gonna float one morsel. That's fine. I think we should have this now. I think we got through the rocky period where the Silphite sometimes dies, and we're fine. Now. Like, the first two waves are the shakiest part of this entire run, and we survived. Now, I have put myself into a classic position. I gotta throw this Unnamed Tome away. I draw 7 cards with 3 Frozens. Abandoned Antumbra can't generate me morsels. I've done this to myself many times. Send the Frozen Lance away. I'm just gonna... what is it? 10, 20, 50. I don't want to kill any of these because I want him to keep dying. Right? And if I kill anything here, he doesn't die, and he lives at 10. Yeah, so I think the plus 25 is correct against Temperate outside of that first round, but, you know. It's fine. We're gonna pop you. Morsel Miner. Train Steward, go get him, buddy. I know you can do it, my man. Let's see what's in here. Energy Morsel. So if I generate an Energy Morsel, next turn is the turn. It's go time. This is Spike. This could be it. This could be Spike Zodia Obliterate. I've tried to do it so many times lately, and they never let me do it. Ever since the Memories of the Melted change, I've gotten a bunch of lousy, boring-ass Shroud Spikes. This could be the... oh, baby, we got it. Let's fucking go. It's not going to be super high, because I have to play spells. I have things I have to play. Unfortunately, but, you know. It's good enough, because we get to mix in this Excavation Eruption. And that actually was free. Okay. Drop our shark back down here. This guy lives. Weird. Well, anyway, we got it for 20. I think that was what I forecasted, right? I forecasted a Morsel Miner. Sometimes we get double spikes, and sometimes we just get to spike for about 20, and our penumbra becomes massive, right? I think we're roughly my exact words, and yeah, turns out this is pretty good. I think that a 797 355 should be pretty good, right? Kills Seraph in roughly 5 rounds. And can go 15 on his own, just about. Not quite 15, 12. And this guy's actually gonna die though. He dies to Frostbite. We're not quite to final round, and it looks like my lady down here is dying off. Yeah, she is going to be threatened by this 15 by 2, but we can do something about that? Ice Storm it? Little awkward here. A little bit awkward. Like, 1 space on this floor. I think that, in retrospect, the 7 draw isn't as good as 1 space, because 1 space to even out these awkward turns would also be good. Stalis just pops one of you, and then the other one dies, so I just need this Ice Storm to kill back there. She lives. And we're on round 7 anyway, so even if something goes through, it's no big deal. We're done. We won. You guys can pack it in. We're done here. Just got to keep our Train Steward on the top floor alive now. He has to survive. My man is doing his fucking best, and he deserves a spot in the victory circle. This has to be wave 7. It's not even like I keep track anymore. It's just like I know. I'm just like, what wave is this? There's no way that this combat hasn't gone on long enough. This has to be final wave. And I was correct. Alright. I think that Gorge Penumbra is pretty good. I gotta tell you, I think Gorge Penumbra is pretty good overall. Plus, this bottom 4 setup worked out perfectly. Siliphyte plus Endless Shark, right? This was the nuts. Like, this was absolutely insane. We got everything we needed for him. I got the large stone, I got the multi-strike, and together they were able to put it together. This is you know, if you're uncertain of what you do with Stygian as your secondary, you're wondering like, how do I make it so that my how do I make use of killing heavies with Stygian as my secondary? Because Umbra's not very good at it. The answer is Icy Siliphyte. Her plus a few spells, right? I think that this is a run that showcases a build that not many people do, where you do just do like this minor spell weakness plan that helps carry you through the early to mid game, right? Actually, it carried us all the way through, right? Because the 2 spell weakness, you give her multi-strike large stone and she carries. Now, you can't always get multi-strike large stone on these runs, of course. However, if I didn't get multi-strike, it would still have been about fine. We would have just had to add in a few more spells. Like if I didn't think I was gonna get multi-strike, however I did think so because we had 2 steel shops in our path. But if I didn't think we were going to see it, I would just have grabbed I would have grabbed the Ancient Synergy and I probably would have picked up like Ice Empire, something like that. Throw a few more holdovers in there. Pretty straightforward. You just gotta know from the start of the run what your long-term plan is going to be, right? That's my biggest tip. You gotta look at it, you gotta visualize, okay, how do we get there on this run? And on this one it was a pretty simple, we get there through gorging Penumbra a ton with Morsel Master, Sentry to kill the backline when the Jackstrips falls off, and then probably spells for the heavies, because that's the best thing that they'll offer us. And we got there. And we kill Seraph so hard that Penumbra ends up healing by the end of the combat. This is a run, if you want to do the calculations, right? The end game here, on an infinite Seraph, this Penumbra kills Seraph pretty well. I think another thing that you can do, because I've thrown this around a lot. Dude, he actually ends at 11-11, what the hell? I've talked about it a lot on what do you think the highest amount of damage you can do is? I wish they would add in a game mode that was like, hey, your Seraph has infinite health, build a run, get as high of damage as you can, right? And barring just picking some stupid infinite and playing forever, I think that Gorge Penumbra with a ton of lifesteal is a good one as well, because every 4 rounds he kills Seraph in that run. Yeah. Good run though. Really solid run. I think that you can take this one and learn something from it because of all of the builds in the game that I think are very strong, Spell Weakness seems to be one that people respect the least and don't like. Try it out. If you get offered Icy Siliphyte, try out Icy Siliphyte as a little mix in there to throw like 1 or 2 spell weakness down, grab a good spell or 2, or in this case 3 or 4, and just go wild. I mean, shit, dude. Even when I didn't have a good spell, you saw it. We were just taking +10s and throwing them on Frozen Lances. We were playing around Frozen Lance. We were playing around fucking... I mean, that was it, right? I was using Frozen Lance to even it out in some cases. Right on. Really a run that got stronger, like really exponentially stronger as we got further in. Because we took like 22 damage, 5 damage, 6 damage. And this one was free. Harvesters of Death. And Fell was also free, and then we took 30 here. But yeah, try it out. Give Spell Weakness a shot. It's pretty good if you haven't learned that from these videos so far. Even when you don't have Spell Weakness Tethys, you can make it work. Icy Siliphyte with Multi-Strike is basically Spell Weakness Tethys. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed, don't forget to leave me a like. I forgot to say it at the start of the video. What a fool. We'll get there. Subscribe if you want to see more. I'll see you in the next one. Have a good one.